making that Tillering tree for making the red oak bow. Sorry, still got a chubby face because 3 days ago I had my wisdom teeth taken out and I've still got a little bit of swelling. But this right here is a 1x2x4 piece of pine and a wooden plaque from Michael's. And we're going to just use a little bit of extra scrap wood to do the rest, okay? And I'll show you how to make it the way I made it, but if you can figure out a different way to do it, go ahead and do so. I made a square in my plaque. This is so I can see on my weight scale what weight I'm at when I'm pulling the string. And I'm going to cut that out. Another thing I'm going to do is go ahead and cut out a rectangle the shape of the bottom of this. We're going to try to do that somewhere in the middle. I'm going to use my drill to drill a nice pilot hole. I'm going to use a scrolling bit here, or scrolling saw blade in my jigsaw. Most important part in this is to make sure that the stick is straight up. The best way I know how to do this is I'm going to glue some of these blocks on here as stabilizers. It's going to help this stay up, basically. It's going to fortify the bottom there. And the easiest way I know how to do this is go ahead and draw lines at the base there, right where it's sticking out. Now you know you have the line where the depth of the bottom of the stick. So then I take it out and then I glue it on. I use like a old inner tube, bicycle inner tube. Just tighten it on really good. I always like to dry fit my stuff, make sure it's still going to fit like I thought it was the first time. And that looks good. So I just put a whole bunch of glue, the more the better. Always put it on both areas that you're going to be gluing. Alright, now after you got those blocks glued on place, got them nice and clamped, we're going to let them dry. Then after it's dried good enough, we're going to go ahead and glue it to the base. Okay, so we let it dry. I took off the clamp, put it back on top, and see how it looks. That look good. So I'm going to put a duct tape and drop it like that. Make sure you drop it like that because, just kidding. Alright, get a piece of duct tape and we're going to seal off the bottom so no glue gets through. We don't want the glue to leak, we want it to stay put. And we're going to glue the mess out of this here. I mean, just glue the mess out of it. Just glue the mess out of it. and we'll put it together. Just like that. Alright, I do most of mine with eyeballing, alright? So if you know a better way to make sure this is straight and the way it needs to be, go ahead and do it, but the eyeball is an amazing tool, alright? Don't underestimate it. I'm going to let it dry like this, and then we'll cut the notches out. Alright, so I allowed enough time for this to get nice and glued. I actually put a couple of screws to make sure that they stay in place. And now I'm going to start cutting these slots in. This is one thing that needs to be mentioned. The top, which is right here, is actually going to be 1 3/4 into the measurement. So it's actually begins 1 3/4 inches above this. Actually not really sure why. I just learned that that's the way it should be done, so I've just been doing it. So what that means is I'm actually going to put a block back here and have it 1 3/4 inch above this, so that I know where 6 inches is. So 6 inches is going to be our first mark. So 6 inches is not going to be from here, it's going to be from here, okay? And then we're going to move all the way down to 29, 30 inches or whatever we decide to do. Alright, when I'm measuring these, I just go ahead and move it past 1 3/4, just like that. I'm going to hit 6 inches, and then I'm going to hit every single other inch down all the way to probably 30, not much further than that. So I'm making my first inch here, which is going to be at the 6, then at the 7, and the 8, and so on, all the way down. And it's important to note that when you're cutting these, right, so imagine this is where we're cutting. I just marked 6 inches is right here, right? 7 inches right here, 8 inches is right here, 9 inches is right here. When we start cutting, we want to cut in to where the notch is going to stop at the 6 inches. We don't want to start cutting at the 6 inches. We want to cut a little bit above it to where when the string settles in that notch, it's going to be at 6 inches, okay? So keep that in mind. And I would go ahead and draw little lines just for reference on that too. Now that I got all that drawn up, I'm going to go ahead and cut it with my jigsaw. It's going to be important to cut wide notches into there, because if you don't, then the string's going to get caught up. It's going to be hard to pull back out. Okay, so I got all the notches cut out. Remember, the end of the notch should be where the mark is. So if it's 6 inches, it should slant in and stop at 6 inches. Okay, that's important. And I already put some pilot holes in my 2 blocks on the top. Like I said, I went ahead and put this block 1 3/4 on top, and there is a reason why, but I don't really know it right now, so I couldn't tell you. Maybe I'll mention that in another video. But I'm going to go ahead and put these on. And believe it or not, that's it. I mean, it doesn't have to be beautiful. I've been using something just like this and making great bows. Alright, so get it as fast as you want it, but to me this is good enough. simple, easy, and works. Alright, so thanks for watching Go Geronimo, where we went ahead and did a tutorial on how to make a tillering tree for making a red oak bow. Now, this is the second video in a series of I don't know how many. It just depends on how much it takes to get the end product. So thanks for watching. Click like, subscribe, share my videos. Look for more of these red oak bow videos and add me to your favorites. Go ahead and find me now easier than ever before at gogeronimo.com, where I have links to all my videos. I do some blogging. I try to interact with my fans and my family and my friends. So go ahead and check that out, gogeronimo.com. Now it's easy to find me. Alright? Thanks very much.